Hey everyone,
I'm Gig.
and I'm Tyler.
And we're gonna show you step by step how to make a wall. No, for real though, we're gonna show you.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah. You just let the video do the talking, okay? Watch.
First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this piece of polycarbonate I got here, 10 millimeter. Twin wall piece of polycarbonate I got from a local plastic distributor, and so we're gonna cut this 32 inches by 42 inches. We know exactly where we're gonna put it, and so that's what we're gonna pick our dimensions by. I took the piece of polycarbonate and laid it flat on top of foam insulation, where I was able to take a straight edge and a circular saw and cut it to size. We took that piece right to the table saw, ripped it to the final dimensions, and Gig was able to help me in the outfeed. We're then able to start making the border for the sides of the polycarbonate. Before it was kind of a joke, but I don't remember how many I've had.
Now it's getting to the point where we're starting to get into the motherfucker.
Here I'm ripping down a piece of 2x4 down the center. Each one of those pieces will act as a side. I then take a side piece and send it down the center of the table saw and clear out some space for the polycarbonate. I repeat the process, alternating until it's wide enough. At this point we need to clear out some waste with the chisel, and this should be no problem.
Nice snug fit.
Yeah. So it's perfect.
Ultimate wood glue, rated #1 by pros. You're applying glue.
Here we go.
Okay. Oh!
The amount of work that we had to do to get to this point.
We had to finagle through Home Depot.
We had to get through the forklift. Two dudes who were just sitting there doing
The
nothing.
dudes who were supposed to help us, they weren't helping. Lowe's, the power goes out.
Literally, we get there, I'm looking through the tents. How much does this cost? Boom, power goes out.
We finally get home through the monsoon that's going on outside. We get the tarp down because of that. It blows away.
It goes into our neighbor's yard. We gotta pull it out. We got through that. We had to go through the million kegs that were in the way of the tools.
In the basement, forget about
There's
it.
a million.
Little by little, we're getting through it for you guys. Okay? This is for you.
Back over to the table saw, we're cutting the piece of melamine to length. This is going to act as the base of the box. We then go to the miter saw to cut these pieces to length, some of which will be the sides as well.
Okay, so this is going to the base, the bottom, to hold her in place, and it looks like we've got her set up. Good work.
There we go. The following day we were able to take the piece of polycarbonate out of the wooden frame once the glue dried. This was a doozy to get out and took a bunch of smacking around, but it finally worked. The corners aren't necessarily the strongest joints, but it will get the job done. Today we're going to construct the box. The box is just a melamine form. It's made of melamine, which is just this plasticky stuff on top of particle board, and it's great for applications with water. So in case this thing leaks, it won't really go everywhere as long as we seal the inside, which we're going to do. Also, we chose melamine because it's white, and the lights that we put inside are going to reflect very well off of that. So this is the actual side of the wall right here, and this is the back, the base. We're going to pre-drill from the back into here to hit this, and then we're going to set the screws. We're using about 2-inch drywall screws. It looks pretty square with the speed square, and it's clamped pretty tight. And we're going to do that for every wall, and then we're going to reinforce the sides. Right here I'm actually countersinking some holes I had already pre-drilled. This will ensure that when I add the screws in this shot right here, they won't be sticking out and scratching any surfaces. And since I use the same technique for the sides, I'll be able to cover them up in a later step. As you can see, I made a mistake when cutting this wall. I cut it a little short, so I had to cut a piece to fill the gap. When I secure this wall to this other wall, I will make sure to drill this on top as well. And we're going to cover up the seam in a later step. So just as we did the bottom, we had pre-drilled the sides and countersunk them to secure them tightly. I had done the top previously, so in this shot I'm actually applying some white silicone caulk, which will help me cover up the seam. Just lace a bead of caulk on there and put your finger and rub it in. Maybe sand the excess, it'll be fine. We're going to do a little dust clean here, just sweep, and then we're going to seal this puppy up with some more silicone. Right here I'm just applying more silicone caulk, except this time it's black. I chose black since no one's going to see this one, and I'll be able to see if I miss any cracks. Our tube that's going to sit on the bottom of our panel. Needs a place to rest. There needs to be a tunnel. So I need to chisel out all these little plastic parts. I found that taking a chisel to these plastic separators to loosen them up and then having a piece of needle nose pliers pull them out work best. It's looking good, and the hose is definitely below it, so we're looking real good. Here I'm breaking down some acrylic, which will act as a polycarbonate base. We'll use that to seal the edges. Do we believe it? Do we believe it's instant?
0 seconds.
0.
So just
let's put that in perspective. It doesn't take any time. It literally never can be applied.
So it can't even happen then.
0 seconds.
0 seconds.
You don't even have to apply it.
Just the fact that this is here.
0 seconds.
It's already applied to where we need it.
You don't need to do it. It applies it for you.
0 seconds. They could have just put less than a second.
Using the pieces of acrylic we cut earlier, we're sealing the piece of polycarbonate to it with some Loctite aqua seal. We got this puppy upright drying, so now we're gonna just fill in some gaps and then keep going, test it for leaks and reapply and go from there. Sand in the place where you live. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Sand in the place where you live. After sanding the piece, it was ready for some paint, so I just spray painted this thing white to match a melamine base. We're gonna apply the edge banding to clean up these ugly parts here. I'm just applying some basic edge banding to the edge of this melamine to make it look a little bit nicer. Found this at Home Depot. Just like that, we got a brand new box. Now that the box is finally done, we're just gonna cut these top pieces the proper widths, and later on a miter saw, I'll cut them the proper length. Alright, we're near the home stretch. Just need to cut these top parts to length to cover the top, and then we're gonna frame the inside just to secure the wall a little bit, and we'll be good. So just like I said, we're cutting these top pieces to the proper length. I'm also using this time to cut some scraps, which we'll be using to frame the inside in order to hold the top pieces up properly. Test piece looks good, so we're gonna move on and just build the box now. That didn't sound very exciting, did it?
No, it did. Take 2.
Yeah, take 2 with Ange and Ty here. Test piece looks great, so we're gonna move forward with creating the box. It's gonna look wonderful. Next thing we're gonna do, folks, is frame the inside so we can rest these tops right on top like this. Let's just do it. Using the scrap pieces I cut earlier on the miter saw, I'm framing the inside. This will be used for the top piece to rest on. The other sides, the left and right side, will be done in a later step. Alright folks, we're close to the end. We put water in this thing last night to check for leaks. It was left out all night. There's no water on the floor. So it's time to put it in, fill it up with water, and see how this thing goes. Here's a shot of me just filling this thing up with water. We had to occasionally dry off the inside here and there. I would say that we did find more leaks, and as we did, we ended up using Flex Seal to seal the bottom, and it ended up working great. I highly recommend using Flex Seal on top of the Aqua Seal I used. It's gonna be perfect. So once the polycarbonate was filled with water, I just simply added some LED strips to the inside of the frame to give it a nice touch. As Ange would say, we're looking be good.
Be good.
Be good. Just before final assembly, I took time to fill in the countersunk holes on the side with white silicone to blend it in. And I added the final pieces of scrap to frame the inside to support the top of the box.
So this is the water wall when she's finished. We told you it was gonna be a cakewalk. We said from the beginning, almost no effort.
This was a big pain in the butt. There was a lot of things we could fix in the future when I do this again.
100%.
Number 1 is the leakage. I would definitely apply a lot of Flex Seal.
Phil Swift said, Flex Seal can seal a boat.
Yeah.
An entire boat. Tyler said, Gig, we might need a couple Flex Seals from Phil Swift.
But at the end of the day, I couldn't be more pleased with the final result. This thing looks amazing, and I love showing people when they come through the door. If you like this video, please subscribe.
No, but for real,
like
yes, we would very much appreciate subscribing, liking.
We're gonna put a lot of videos like this out, so enjoy it.
Comment down what you want to see built. No limits. None. Ty will build it.
I'll do it.
I will assist the best I can, but we will get it done.
Thank you.
Okay? Thank you very much.